Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. For today's box opening, we've got our first complete edition bundle here. So we're going to see our first oil slicked raised foils. Plus we're going to take a look at 12 set booster packs, promo card, a foil box, and a whole bunch of lands. So this box actually belongs to a member of the channel, Paul H. Paul's been sponsoring a lot of content lately. Thank you so much, Paul. I really appreciate it. As a way to say thank you and to make up for Watsy not putting a die in this box, I'm going to include my one and only Phyrexian die out of a traditional bundle to make sure that you have the full bundle experience. So that'll be included when I ship this out. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open. Here we go. So there's Elish Norn in all of the glory. Fantastic. Very cool art. I'll include that as well. And here is the foil box. Very nice. And then we've got our cardboard with our little punch outs. I'll make sure to keep those all intact for you as well. And then here are our regular basic lands, and behind this Phyrexian arena are going to be the foil Phyrexian lands. So there's not much secret in there. There it is. There's the pack we all want to see opened. Bear with me. We will get there, I promise. So we'll just put that up there for Paul. We'll put our 12 set booster packs over here. Let's crack these things open and see if we can't add to the value pile. All right, pack number one. We are going to see a signed art card here. And this is going to be a Mir Kinsmith. Very cool to see that and to start off with a signed art card. All right, we got ourselves a Phyrexian Plains, a Bladecraft Aspirant, an Aspirant's Ascent. Then we're going to see a Free from Flesh, followed by an Offer Immortality. Then we've got a Reject Imperfection, Vivisection Evangelist, followed by an Apostle of Invasion. Then we're going to see a Canker Bloom with an Ovika Enigma Goliath rare coming in. Then we're going to see the Filigree Silex coming in from the main set. And we are going to see a Phyrexian Obliterator from the main set coming in foil. Very cool. The non-foil is valued right around $8 right now. And then we get ourselves a Rebel token. So we'll take just a moment here. We'll go ahead and create a couple of rare piles for Paul and for all of you. And I'll just throw the token down there. All right, pack number two. All right, so non-signed art card this time, followed by a Phyrexianized Forest. Then we're going to see a Mir Kinsmith with Mir Custodian, a Terramorphic Expanse, a Phyrexian Atlas with a Vanish into Eternity, and Expand the Sphere, a Viral Spawning. Then we're going to see Feed the Infection, a Furnished Punisher, followed by a Staff of Completion Mythic coming in. It's going to be a pretty decent hit, value just around $5. Then we've got ourselves an Escaped Experiment in foil with a Rebel token in the back. All right, so 2 packs, 2 mythics. Not bad. All right, another non-signed art card here. And right behind it, we're going to see a Panorama Island, followed by Molten Rebuke, a Planar Disruption, Hazardous Blast, an Exuberant Fuseling. Then we're going to see a Charforger, Magmatic Sprinter, followed by a Quicksilver Fisher, a Furnished Punisher, and we're going to see Skyhunter Strike Force coming in as our rare, with a second rare Conduit of Worlds coming in out of green. Does hold a little bit of value, just over $1. Then we get an Atmosphere Surgeon in foil with a Phyrexian Might. So we'll just put that Rebel up there. Maybe we'll put our list hits over on the right-hand side if we get any. All right, next pack. Another non-signed art card, but very cool art. I'm digging that. All right, right behind that, we're going to see a Panorama Mountain, followed by an Incisor Glider, a Bone Picker Scourge, a Fleshless Gladiator, Tyrannix Atrocity, Jawbone Duelist, followed by an Annex Sentry, a Distorted Curiosity, a Quicksilver Fisher, Then we're going to see a Bone Picker Scourge with Graz, the Unstoppable Juggernaut, as our rare. And our only rare, then we're going to see a Resistance Skywarden with a Zethi, Arcane Blade Master coming in from Secret Lair as a rare hit. Guess we'll just put that one over there. All right, next pack. No list hit in this one. All right, I think that's the exact same art card we just saw. A little weird how that happens sometimes. But then we're going to go ahead and see a Phyrexian Mountain, followed by a Malachiter's Watcher, a Chrome Prowler, Mandible Justiciar, Orthodoxy Enforcer, a Hex Gold Halberd with a Bladehold Warwhip, Rebel Salvo, Resistance Reunited, Bladed Ambassador. We're going to see a Sulfum Mayhem Dominus coming in at a red. Very cool to see that. This Mythic's going to be valued just around $6 right now, so very nice hit there. Then we're going to see a Charforger in foil with another Rebel token. All right, next pack. Oh, could have a list hit. We're seeing a lot of duplication in these art cards. Paul, let me know in the chat if you don't want them. All right, we got ourselves an island here. We got a Predation Steward, the Hunter Maze, followed by a Maze Skullbomb, a Maze's Mantle, a Scheming Aspirant. They're going to see an Unnatural Restoration, followed by a Watchful Blister Zoa, a Trawler Drake. Then we're going to see a Blightbelly Rat with an Encroaching Mycosynth coming in as our rare from the main set, with a foil Mercurial Spelldancer. This should be a pretty decent hit. The non-foil is valued just over $1. And then we're going to see a Devoted Druid coming in off the list from Ultimate Masters. Nice to see that. All right, next pack up. And stay tuned at the end for the full MTG box analysis. We'll go over another duplicate art card here. We'll go over the entire value, duplication, coverage of the set, everything that we saw in this box just in statistical form, so that way you have a little bit more information about what's in these. All right, so this one's going to kick off with a foil Plains. Very nice. Then we're going to see an Adaptive Spore Singer, a Rustifying Cultivator, an Axiom Engraver, an Oil Gorger Troll, Awaken the Sleeper, with a Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Then we're going to see Tamiyo's Logbook, a Rustifying Cultivator, and then we're going to see Othari's Sun's Glory coming in from the Commander set. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a high-value mythic from Commander. Then we are going to see Black Sun's Twilight as a rare, with a Tyrannix Atrocity and a Phyrexian Goblin token in the back. All right, we do get another signed art card here. Very cool. That is going to be Drivnod Carnage Dominus. Very nice to see that. 2 signed art cards, not bad. Then we got ourselves a Forest, a Basilica Shepherd, the Fair Basilica, a Basilica Skullbomb, a Zealot's Conviction, followed by Nahiri's Sacrifice, Tyvar Stand, Against All Odds, Sheoldred's Edict. I believe this card might have some value. Then we get a Kinkerbloom, followed by another Graz Unstoppable Juggernaut. I thought the duplication was going to end with the art cards, but apparently not. Then we're going to see an Orthodoxy Enforcer with the Hollow Sentinel. Very cool. All right, next pack up. All right, very nice art card there with a Swamp, a Branch Blight Stalker, Carnivorous Canopy, Thirsting Roots, a Dune Mover, Serum Core Chimera, Drown and Ichor, a Nimraiser Paladin, a Chittering Skitterling, Sinew Dancer, and then we're going to see another mythic here. We got Luca, Bound to Ruin, coming in from the main set. Does hold a little bit of value, just over $2. And then we're going to see a Necrosquito with a Phyrexian Beast. So we are already at 5 mythics, 1 from Commander, 4 from the main set. I think we're doing all right. All right, another art card here, non-signed, followed by a Forest, a Prophetic Prism, Glistener Seer, Quicksilver Fisher, the Thrumming Bird, a Mirror Convert, Necrogen Rot Priest, a Necrogen Communion, Sawblade Scamp, Quicksilver Fisher. Then we're going to see Kenneth Crucible, Goliath coming in from the main set. Not high value, but then we do see a foil Showcase Geth, Thrane of Contracts coming in. Very nice to see this, even if it's not necessarily a high value. And then we got ourselves a Poison Counter. First one of those in the box. All right, we got 2 more packs to go. There, I believe that's the Phyrexia Obliterator again, this time in art form. And right behind that, we get ourselves a Mountain with a Plague Nurse, Contagious Vorak, Pestilent Siphoner, a Billowas Skull Dweller, followed by a Slaughter Singer. Then we're going to see a Noxious Assault, Paladin of Predation, a Furnished Punisher, with a Malakator Purity Overseer coming in, I believe in borderless treatment there. Very nice to see that. Don't see too many of these in set booster packs. Then we get an Evolved Spinal Derm with a Rustvine Cultivator and an Imard the Stormcleaver coming in from the Secret Lair. Very nice to see another rare Secret Lair. So that's 2 rares and I believe 2 uncommons. All right, final set booster pack in the bundle. Then we'll get to the complete edition. So another non-signed art card here with a Phyrexian Plains behind it. All right, then we get ourselves a Duelist of Deep Faith, a Mirror Kinsmith, Mirror Custodian, Terramorphic Expanse, the Minor Misstep, with a Furnished Punisher, Serum Snare, then a Font of Progress, Bone Picker Scourge, and our rare is going to be a Copperline Gorge. Good to see a land from the set, value just over $1. Then we get a Shrapnel Slinger, and then a Rebel token in the back. All right, so I think we did pretty good from a set booster pack perspective. We got 2-3 signed art cards. We've got 5 mythics. Now let's see what this thing holds. So we already know that this is going to contain 2 of each basic land, and then it's going to, I'll take my time with this one. I'm actually going to, all the cards have been slid down. Just going to do this so I can actually get into it. There we go. So there's going to be 2 of each basic land in the oil slicked raised foil treatment. And I'm trying to get the light just right so you can see that. And you can actually feel the texture on these. So these are pretty amazing. From a value perspective, the plains are currently going for $4.68 a piece. So we are just going to put these down ever so gently. Now the islands are currently going for $4.16 a piece. Now that these have hit people's hands, the prices have come down a little bit on these. The swamps are currently going for $7.72 a piece. I don't know why they put the forests here. Traditionally, forests would be the last land, but the forests are currently going for $4.15 a piece. And then the mountains are currently fetching $3.62 a piece, and we get 2 of each. So very cool. All right, now our first mythic oil slick raised foil will be Nissa Ascended Animist. Very cool to see that. Nissa is currently going for around $20 market value. And right behind that, we are going to see Luca Bound to Ruin. Luca is currently going for about $10. So here are our 2 oil slicked raised foils mythics. So I will get everything sorted, organized, and be right back with the MTG box analysis. In today's MTG box analysis, we're going to review the cards eligible to be pulled out of a set booster pack and compare that to the cards that we saw in the bundle. Then we'll take a look at how much of the set we covered and break down coverage by rarity. From a value perspective, we'll look at how the set has been trending since release, and then we'll assess the actual observed value in this box and close it out with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box plus at least 90 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Let's get started by taking a look at what we saw in this box. This chart shows all the foils that we saw in orange, the non-foils we saw in green, and the set in gray as the baseline. Within the primary colors of Magic, we saw a fairly consistent distribution in the non-foil space, with white, black, and red each having 13, and green coming in strong with 19. In the foil space, we saw between 1 and 3 cards in almost all the major categories. We also managed to pull 19 showcase cards between the foil and non-foils. And who can forget, we saw 12 oil slick raised foils in the complete pack. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 122 unique cards out of a possible 373, which means that we saw 33% of the set. Excluding basic lands, our highest coverage was in green, with 49% of the set making an appearance in these 12 packs. And in the foil space, we saw 13 total cards, which was enough to give us 4% coverage. Among the primary colors of Magic, our highest coverage was in blue, with 8%. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 46% of the commons, 53% of the uncommons, 10 rares for 10% coverage, and 5 mythics for 7% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 5% of the commons, 5% of the uncommons, 2 rares for 2% coverage, and a single mythic also for 2% coverage. This means that in total, we saw 12 rares and 6 mythics from the main set. However, in addition to that, we also saw 3 rares and 1 mythic between the Commander subset and the list, bringing this bundle up to 15 rares and 7 mythics. Before we take a look at the value in this box, let's look at how the set has been trending since release on February 10th, 2023. The 261 cards from the main set are down about 11% since launch, moving from $311.82 to $277.66. The 39 showcase cards are up $15.35, which is an increase of about 10%. The 22 borderless cards have also increased by $26.48, or 18%. The 6 Phyrexian cards are pretty stable, only seeing a $2.05 loss in the last 24 days. The 5 concept Praetors have had the best performance, seeing a gain of $53.55, which is an increase of 31% since release. The Step and Complete foils are holding strong at $1,193.83, which is an overall increase of 6% since release. The 34 Extended Art rares in the set are doing fine at $48.48, which is only a small drop since release. The 15 basic lands and 5 Jumpstart rares are doing virtually nothing and have seen a nominal 28-cent loss since release. On February 10th, the 454 cards had a total market value of $2,056.83, and as of March 8th, they have a market value of $2,183.32, which is an overall increase of $126.49. This is pretty amazing considering the trend of many Magic sets over the last year. Now you might be thinking, I totally forgot about the oil slick raised foils. Nonsense. Of course I have a chart for that. The oil slick raised foils can only be found in the complete bundle that we opened today, and because of that, they were not released on February 10th with the rest of the set. Instead, they were released on March 3rd, just a few days ago. What you're seeing on your screen is the value trend for the 25 cards in the subset between February 10th and March 2nd, essentially preseason pricing. On February 10th, these 25 cards were valued at an astounding $2,103.06. And today, they're valued at $651.73, which is a drop of 69% in value. This is great news for anyone looking to buy now, but horrible news for anyone who bought in early because of FOMO. Now that we have an understanding of the set value and how the set is trending, let's take a look at the actual value we saw in today's complete bundle. The highlight of the box was the oil slick raised foils. Our 2 mythics were the only non-traditional foils valued over $10 in the box. They, of course, were the Luca Bound to Ruin, valued at $10.38, and the Nissa Ascended Animist, valued at $20.43. We did see 4 additional cards valued between $5 and $10, 2 of which were the Swamps in the oil slick raised foil treatment. We also saw 13 cards valued between $1 and $5, but the remaining 123 non-foils that we saw were valued less than $1. In the traditional foil treatment, we saw one big hit, and that was the Phyrexian Obliterator valued at $10.99. We didn't see any foils valued between $5 and $10, and only one foil in the $1 to $5 range. The remaining 11 foils in the box were valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, Paul purchased this box from me for $125 even, which does include shipping. The market price for this box as of March 6th is $131.88. Today's complete bundle contained 12 set booster packs and 1 complete booster pack with 12 cards each, allowing us to see 156 cards. The 2 signed and 10 non-signed art cards are currently valued at $3.42. The 2 cards that we saw from the Commander subset are valued at $1.28. The 1 list and 2 secret layer cards are currently valued at $3.29. The 9 tokens that we saw are valued at $1.02. Now, the promotional Phyrexian Arena and the 40 foil lands that were included in the land pack are valued at $21.37 together. The foils that we saw are valued at $16.96, thanks mostly to the Phyrexian Obliterator, and the remaining 129 non-foils from the main set are valued at $32.06. Finally, those 12 oil slick raised foils are currently valued at $79.47. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box comes up to be $158.87, which means that this box is a gain for Paul of $33.87 over his purchase price and a return of 127% of the box price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 18 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined market value of $110.39, which means that those 18 cards represent 69% of the total box value. Thank you again to Paul for sponsoring this box. All the cards are headed your way. And to everyone else, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, do something amazing.